Alright guys, my next one is a Heritage Softail, which I'm really interested in this one here, guys. Really interested. I like the way this looks. I really am digging the way it looks here, and it is pretty sweet looking. Let's see how we do out here on it. Get this thing, get myself settled up here. Okay, lid down. Let's see what we got going on here. Okay, kickstand is hard to get to on these Harley Davidsons. Let's see here.
There you go.
Oh, there we go. Okay. All right. Well, I still don't have. Oh, that's the kill switch. Okay. There is a road glide in front of me. Now this is going to be interesting. Well, let me tell you why, guys. I got myself a windshield on this bike and a helmet that I've never used. I've never used my helmet with a windshield, trying to concentrate on 100 different things at one time here. All right, well, let's get into formation, guys. There's the bike I previously rode. That is the Softail Slim. Surprised me quite a bit on that bike. I liked it. Now this bike why the hell is that all about? I can't hear inside my helmet, guys. So anywho, see, what side are you getting on? All right, trying to get these guys to. All right, let me get into formation here. All right, so trying to do 100 things at once and ride these bikes and talk to you guys at the same time. So with the magic of editing, I'm going to make myself look a lot more brilliant while doing it. But we've got the group is split for some reason right now. Not sure why. Not sure why they did that. But anyway, let's get back to the bike. The bike is cramped again. I'm definitely cramped. Definitely feeling like the bike is too small. My boot doesn't even fit on the floorboard all the way back. I got the heel of my boot is against the heel shifter, and the front of my boot is hanging off the front of the floorboard. I mean, these bikes are just not designed for bigger people. I mean, that's clear as a bell. I feel like this bike is just too damn small. It needs to be lengthened out. And it's gotta, okay, gotta find the damn, I don't have any mirrors that are working. Let's see here. Alright, so now I can see behind me, which is always a good thing. This bike also has the hydraulic. No, it does not. Take that back. I was about to say it has a hydraulic clutch, but it feels different. it feels more normal to me. But this bike does not have a hydraulic clutch, and that's why it feels normal to me. So glad we got that cleared up. Holy smokes, that could have been a faux pas right there, huh? Well, we're gonna find out if I get the helmet buffeting. I can tell that I definitely don't have anywhere near the helmet buffeting I used to have with my old helmet already, for sure. I may not have helmet buffeting with this bike. This bike is gorgeous though, I will tell you that much. I think this bike is one of the best looking bikes of the day, in my opinion. I really like how it looks. I'm thinking maybe if I had this bike and I owned it, I could get the bars farther forward by like a lot. You know, my arms are, you know, way back at my body here, you know, and I'm just, yeah, I just feel overall just completely just cramped to the max here. What is this guy doing to our ride? All right, I'm gonna close the lid completely now. All right, got my helmet closed completely, and this bike kind of feels twitchy to me. Why is it twitching? I mean, I don't know. Let's see here. What I'm trying to say is, like, barely any force on the handlebars makes the bike kind of very twitchy. I mean, we're not even, what the fuck? I mean, we're going like 60 miles an hour. I mean, I can't even give you a fair shake of this bike at 60, I guess we're going 62 miles an hour, something like that. It feels slower than that even. So, yeah, it looks like I got frickin', just by the luck of the draw, I got behind one, you know, Grandma Moses here on the frickin' Harley Davidson demo rides here. You saw my last ride. The guys in the next group are way up there, having a good old frickin' time, and I'm stuck behind this guy. You know, so that's the luck of the draw, man. I don't know what else to say about that. Okay, now in a turn, that twitch is evident. There's a twitch in the handlebars. It's not a vibration from like a tire or something being unbalanced or anything like that. It's a geometry thing. It feels, the bike feels twitchy. And I don't like it. I don't like it at all. I'm not liking that feeling. Well, there's a dummy light. There's a dummy light on the dash for 6th gear. I mean, the motor barely feels like it's even running in 6th gear. This thing will go down the highway like a dream, I'm sure. Seat is very comfortable. That's one of the things that I'm noticing right away, is that the seat on this bike is very nice. Stock seat is definitely comfortable enough to mention. Again, this bike with some highway bars, handlebars pushed way far forward from where I'm at now. I feel like I'm sitting too low. And I always thought my bike kind of sat low. Like, you know, my personal bike, my Roadstar, I always kind of felt like it felt low. This bike feels lower. It just doesn't feel like it's made for a big guy. So a big guy rides this bike, he has to make it work. You know, he's gonna have to, you know, change out some shit. And maybe that's the, you know, the idea behind it, you know. Maybe that's the reason why they design these bikes like this, you know. I think more people would have to do something to this bike to be comfortable on it. Unless you're a small guy. If you're a small guy, like around 5'10" or smaller, you know, I think you ride this bike and you're fine. I think a woman could ride this bike no problem. Like an average sized woman could ride this bike, touch the ground and handle it fine. My sinuses are bothering me, so sorry about that. Guys, there's a toggle switch though on the forks, and I'm sure that that's for the driving lights, but on a bike that costs this much, it seems like, you know, like you could integrate a switch or something, you know, maybe, in my opinion. Kind of a no frills bike, and I wouldn't be surprised if this one doesn't even have ABS or anything. I'm betting not. It doesn't feel like it does. The brakes don't feel like the other bike. I don't know, man. I hate to say bad things about a Harley because I know that what that's going to bring. It's going to bring out the fanboys on the channel, and they're going to start, you know, throwing, you know, a bunch of comments that are, you know, uncalled for. You know, this is just my opinion, and you know, stupid comments like, oh, you don't like that bike because you can't afford it, or, you know, stupid shit like that. You know, typical, you know, Harley guy stuff. You know, it's okay that this bike is not for me. I mean, I honestly hate this bike. I mean, if I'm being honest, I'd rather have my bike any day over this at a third of the price. I really would. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know, you know, who buys this. I don't even, I'm trying to find something good to say about it. I really am. I mean, I guess I did. I think it's pretty. There's just something nice about it. It's got a, you know, I don't know. I just don't like this at all. It doesn't feel good. So I guess I'll just kind of leave it at that. I'm not going to continue here, you know, sit here and bash this thing, because don't need to do that. But I'm just saying, this bike costs a lot. You know, when you go out on the victory rides, there's a sticker on all the bikes right here that tells you all your pertinent information. You get the price of the bike, the model, the name of it, all of that shit is right there on the tank. And because I'm not familiar with the Harley, you know, because they make 1,000 different bikes, I'm not familiar with all the models, but this, you know, and how much this bike costs. But I don't think this bike is very cheap. I mean, if I had this bike, would I just absolutely hate it? No, it's not that bad. It's just, this is what I'm basing my opinions on. I got a bike that I got a smoking deal on. My bike normally costs $14,000. I got it for $6,900. I paid $7 grand for my bike, and this bike is probably more than double that. And is this bike better than my bike? If I take away the Harley mystique, you know, the Kool-Aid that you have to drink in order to believe that Harley is the best bike ever made and it's the only thing you should be riding, kind of thing. If you take that away, this bike is definitely not better than mine at a fraction of the cost. So when you factor that in, I mean, it's got a better paint job. That's it. It's not better in any other way. I can't, you know, it's very pretty. That's it. It way more money. So bearing that in mind, I would say that this is not your best bet right here at this bike. Complete different contrast. than the last one I rode, by a long shot. Very disappointed. Very disappointed in this bike. Alright guys, we're coming in for a landing. So that's what we're going to do. And get ourselves on a road glide or something. God, how you get the damn thing in neutral there finally? Jeez.